Audio Jungle.
It's February 12, 2021, Friday. Good morning. This is Nurliah and you are watching MBC Daily Newscast. FINTECH as a booster for the Malaysian small medium enterprise digital payment uses more bank for their ringgit. The adoption of the digital payment in the Southeast Asia has reached an inflection point, and it is projected to cross the $1 trillion milestone by 2025, according to 2019 report Digital Economic Southeast Asia by the Google to monthly paid in co.
The adoption of e-wallet saw a sharp uptake during the movement control order MCO period, and we continue to see an uptrend as people become increasingly comfortable with the digital payment. The COVID-19 user behavior will continue to be positive for us, whereby a greater push for cashless payment, which reduce the physical contact, is expected, says Effendi Sharwani, CEO of the Group Venture and Partnership at CIMB Group Holding Berhad. In Malaysia, the number of e-wallet has been on rise in recent years. Today, there are more than 40, including the popular ones such as Touch and Go Wallet, Boost by Axiata, GrabPay, and Maybank e-wallet.
Proved to be more crucial during this period, the MCO, as users become more receptive. The e-wallet has become an important component for the small medium enterprise SME and the entrepreneurs in digitalizing their payment avenue and connecting better with their consumer. Thank you for watching. Again, this is Nurliah with MBC Daily Newscast for the latest news updates.
Good morning, I am Nurliah bint Abdul Muiz. I am doing some research on the analysis of the macroeconomic factors to the small medium enterprise SME with the rises of the FINTECH adoptions in Malaysia. The problem statement in this thesis is the small medium enterprise companies are a relatively small share of the financial system financing. The next is the small business enterprise also face unusual challenges for the big companies and multinationals, where they are faced a wide variety of the challenges both internally and externally on a regular basis, and the last will be awareness and the confidence of the SME is the biggest hard loss for the SME because not to follow the innovative solutions for the payment system in their company. Limitation of studying this research is one of the applications in this study is inadequate data was extracted from the study. The data source used was a secondary data. Moving on to the literature review, we have 3 reviews on the previous literature. The first one studies on the GDP on the small medium enterprise growth. The second one is the inflation rate on the small medium enterprise growth. The third one is the electronic payment growth to the small medium enterprise growth. Okay, according to the Jul Justi, Abdul Razak Moha Azri, Abdullah has pointed out that detail of the duties Malaysian small and medium-sized industries and challenge have found the SME play a significant role in stimulating the respective gross domestic product (GDP), which means that the GDP thus has a positive significance to the small medium enterprise growth. Again, next to the second review on the previous literature, which is the studies of the inflation rate to the small medium enterprise growth. According to the JUPNA, showed that inflation rate is a significant factor to contribute the small medium enterprise efficiency. This shows that the inflation rate is give a significant positive significance to the growth on the SME. The third one is the studies on the growth of the e-payment electronic payment system on the small medium enterprise growth. This We can conclude that the electronic payment is a positive significant to the small-medium enterprise growth, where it is contribute to the small business enterprise in Malaysia. Okay, next, the third chapter. In this chapter, data and methodology, we are doing some of the data collections where we are using a secondary data in our research. As we can see in the screen here, we have one of the dependent variable, which is small-medium enterprise growth in terms of percent, where we are extracted this data from the Malaysian Statistics Department in the annual report of the SME from year 2000 to year 2019. Next to the independent variable, we have three, which is a GDP, inflation rate, and electronic payment. These three independent variables are using in the terms of percent, where we are extracted this data from the World Bank of that. Next, for the data, we are using the EVS system to run our data and to make decisions toward it and to learn how these three variables to be significant or to be affected to the independent variables, which is the small-medium enterprise. As you can see in the screen here, all the variable has a probability value below 10%, which implies that the non-stationary hypothesis is dismissed at the relevant level of 10% and all variables are stationary. Okay, the third data is a correlation analysis. As shown in the screen here, that the correlation study, the highest pairwise correlation between the SME growth variable and GDP is 0.483771. These datas will therefore perform regression analysis as a strong pairwise association between these independent variables in order to get R2 conducted by VIF. Okay, the result is all these three variables, which is the gross domestic product, inflation rate, and also electronic payment, have a positive coefficients toward the small-medium enterprise growth. However, only the gross domestic product have a significantly effect to the growth to the SME growth. As a conclusion, this thesis explains briefly history of the developing the fintech in Malaysia, where the growth of the fintech in Malaysia could increase the viability and the growth of SME. In Malaysia, the growth of fintech lets the small business, lets the SME or the macro business gain access to the electronic payment to make the transactions simpler and help them expand. Moving on to the recommendation, in short, the report presented a summary of the effects of the study, the rise of fintech growth for the SME in Malaysia. This thesis also represented the empirical study of the small and medium-sized enterprise in Malaysia, but it is ideal if the research adds to an important study by incorporating more literature from the Malaysian viewpoint on small-medium-sized enterprise. The report offers a few recommendations for prospective studies on the basis of the limitation of the current research. The first one is, in order to assess the efficiency of the implementation of fintech in Malaysia, the potential studies should consider research focused on a survey. Yes, in the future research, SME registered with the Ministry of the Intellectual Trade in Industry, which is MATRADE, and the Malaysian Industry Development Authority, MIDA, may be used as the sampling system, in particular SME listed in the activities of the manufacturing and services. Secondly, other data collection approach, such as in-depth interview with the founders of the SME, or also the administration for the small-medium enterprise business, may also be used to gather more detailed information on the interaction to the small-medium enterprise using fintech in their day-to-day operations. So that's all from me. Thank you.